Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Fall Classic Baseball. The 1919 One and Gone is on the air. Tonight it is Game 8. We are live here from Weegham Park, which was actually known at, which would become Wrigley Field later. This is Game 8 of the tournament, featuring the number 11 Boston Red Sox versus the number 6 Chicago Cubs. This is the final game of the first round of this tournament. Second round is up next, which will start Tuesday. But right now, the Red Sox and the Cubs are the last two teams trying to move into the next round. And whoever wins this game, of course, will be facing the St. Louis Cardinals in game number 12 of this tournament. So we will see what happens tonight as we have the final two teams in the first round going after it. And fans here at Weegham Park are pretty much set and ready to go. Ben Witz and Vita Productions are first to join us here at Weegham Park. The Cubs had a record of 75 and 65 in 1919. The Red Sox weren't horrible. They were 66 and 71. So they're the number 11 seed, and the Cubs are the number 6 seed. So who will move on to play the Cardinals in the next round of this tournament? And hopefully we should find out tonight. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting pitcher for the Chicago Cubs, one of the greatest of all time, Pete Grover Cleveland Alexander. In 1919, 16 wins, 11 losses. He had a 0.93 whip. He was pretty darn good. So Pete Alexander gets the call here for the Cubs, and let's see what kind of a bullpen session he's going to have, and it's going to be good. He's going to be an A pitcher tonight, so he's going to have his best stuff. So, and of course, Grover Cleveland Alexander having his best stuff does not usually bode well for the opponent. But we'll see what happens as we get going. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Red Sox is going to be the right fielder, Harry Hooper, Hall of Famer, 267 average, 3 homers and 48 RBIs in 19. We're going to use blue, white, and red dice. Cubs are the home team. We are here at Weegham Park, as it was first originally as one of the original names before Wrigley Field. Who will move on to play the Cardinals in the second round? Let's find out. 43, and that is going to be an out, and it will be a pop fly ball to the first baseman, and that'll be handled by Fred Merkel, and that will be out number 1. He'll make that catch in fair territory, actually. Next batter will be Ozzie Vitt. He is at third base for the game. 243 average, 43 RBIs. He didn't have any home runs in 19. Alexander, 12. That's an out, and it will be a ground ball hit to third base, and it will be handled there. This one by Charlie Deal, and he'll make the play, throw it over, and that is out number 2. 2 outs. And another great baseball name coming up, center fielder Amos Strunk. You got to love those names. 272 average, 16 RBIs in 16. Alexander will pitch. And 66, it's going to be a double. As Strunk will hit one hard, and that'll bounce it off the wall out there in center field. And Strunk winds up at second base. So a 2 RBI double for Strunk. And we hear the horns blasting because here comes this guy. 24 years old in 1919. He had an average of 322. He had the most home runs that season in dead ball and 113 RBIs. This kid says he wants to be the greatest baseball player in the history of the game. Well, Mr. Ruth, you got a long way to go, and I still think I might trade you for a pack of chewing gum later. Here comes the babe. Alexander will pitch. 44, and he's going to go ahead and make me eat my words, and that's going to be a double. Strunk will come around from second. He will score, and it's 1-0 Red Sox. So George Ruth goes ahead and gets an RBI double, and he'll go ahead and get the first. And we'll see, as he already makes me eat my words on this first at bat. Here comes the first baseman, Stuffy McInnes. Was a good hitter, good player, actually. 305 average, 59 RBIs, a homer. Not a Hall of Famer, but pretty solid in his career. Alexander will pitch. 15, that will be an out, and it will be he is righty, so that's going to be a ground ball hit to third base. Picked up by Charlie Deal, throws to first, and Losada's retired. 1 run, 2 hits. An RBI double by this young kid named George Ruth, who I still think I might trade for a pack of cigarettes, but the Red Sox have a quick lead. Starting pitcher for the Boston Red Sox, their number 1 starter and also a Hall of Famer, Herb Pennock. 16 wins, 8 losses, a 124 whip. Pennock gets the start for the Bo Sox in this game, and he is going to be also an A pitcher, so both these pitchers are going to have their best stuff. So Pennock gets on the mound for the Red Sox, and we'll see what the Cubs got. There aren't any Hall of Famers in the Chicago Cubs lineup for this game, but there are some pretty good players. Leading off for the Cubs, the right fielder, Max Flack. 294 average, 35 RBIs. He had six home runs in 19. Pennock will pitch. 33, and he's going to lead off with a base hit. So Flack will get a single, and he will head to first. He is also a threat to steal with an SBS 10. And let's see, Pennock has a weak arm, and the catcher is Wally Shang for the Red Sox. He has an average arm. I'm not going to send him. I'll keep him at first. And the next batter will be the shortstop, Charlie Holliker. 270 average, 26 RBIs, three home runs that year. So Flack on at first, pitch to Holliker. And 51, that is a possible strikeout. The 6 is going to be too high. So now it becomes a error chance. And that's off the first base exotic chart. So the first baseman for the Red Sox is McInnes. His error rating is a 6. A 1 to 6, it's an error. It's a 10. He will not make an error, and that's an even number. So that's going to be a fielder's choice. That'll be picked up there by McInnes. They'll throw to second to get Flack, and that will be out number 1. So Holliker will get to first with a runner on second. We're on first only if it's on an even number. It is a fielder's choice. So it's a fielder's choice to first. So 1 out, and that will bring up Les Mann. He's in left field. 227 average, 22 RBIs, and a homer. Yes, this was during the dead ball era here, V-Dub. That's why this is dead ball baseball. Pennock will pitch. 54, that's off the 54 chart. And that's going to be a men on base wild pitcher pass ball. And Pennock has a wild pitch of 1 to 12, and that is a 6. That's going to be a wild pitch by Herb Pennock, which will move Holliker over to second base. So Pennock uncorks a wild one. And now a runner in scoring position, but with 1 out. We'll re-roll it again. Holliker on it second now. Pennock will deal. And 42, that will be an out. And he is a righty, so it's going to be a ground ball to third. And it says runner to third base. So the only play he had was to first. So Holliker will make it to third, but that will be out number 2 as Mann is tossed out there. So 2 outs now. And now we will see first baseman Fred Merkle. 267 average, 62 RBIs, and 3 home runs in 19. 1-0 already in favor of the Red Sox. Pennock will pitch. And 45, that is an out, and that will be hit to right field. It'll be an easy play there for Harry Hooper, and he will make the catch and retire the side. No runs, a hit, a wild pitch, but the Cubs don't do anything with it. It is 1-0 in favor of the Bo Sox. We go to the top of the second. Leading off for the Red Sox is going to be the catcher, Wally Shang. He was a good player. 306 average, 52 RBIs, no home runs in 1919. Grover Alexander will pitch. And 41, a 1-16 is a walk. That's a 19. That's going to be an out, and that's going to be hit to right field. And getting over there will be Flack. And Flack will make the catch. He avoids the walk because he is an A pitcher tonight. So that will be out number 1. Next up is the shortstop, Everett Scott. 278 average, 41 RBIs, no homers. Grover will pitch. And 53, that's a possible strikeout. The 6 is going to be too high. So now we go to a range play, and it's a range play to the shortstop. Shortstop is Holliker, and his range is a 13. So with 1-13, he makes this play. He doesn't. That's going to be a base hit. Tough play there for Charlie Holliker. It gets past him, and Scott will be safe at first. So that will be a single. As a Holliker maybe just missed it just by a little bit, but he will not get that one. So runner on first now for the Red Sox. And here comes the second baseman, Red Shannon. 259 average, 22 RBIs, no homers that year. Grover will pitch. And 26. And that's gonna be a base hit for Shannon. That'll be a single. It's a base hit to left field. Scott will advance if it's a weak arm. Left fielder man has an average arm. Scott will hold at second base. So now runners at first and second here with 1 out. So right now, Grover, Cleveland, Alexander off to a tough start here at the moment. Here comes the pitcher, Herb Pennock, a 173 average, 5 RBIs in 19. Runners at first and second. Red Sox already have a 1-0 lead here. Grover, Cleveland will pitch. And 52, again, that is a strikeout chance, but the 1-4 will miss the 5. So now it becomes a possible error, and it's a possible error on the third baseman. And the third baseman for the Cubs is Charlie Deal, but his error rating is only a 4. So a 1-4, he will not make an error. That's a 19. He will not make the error. So runners at first and second. That is a 19, and that is going to be a ground ball double play. Third to second to first, side retired. So no runs, 2 hits for the Red Sox as Herb Pennock grounds out into the twin killing, which gets Grover, Cleveland, Alexander out of that. And we'll go to the bottom of the second. Doug Hunt joins us here at Weegham Park. Leading off for the Cubs will be Charlie Pick. He is second base. 242 average, 18 RBIs, no homers in 1919. Pennock will deal. 26, and against a righty, that would be a single, but Pennock is a lefty. Instead, that's going to be an out, and that's going to be popped up to short, and Everett Scott's going to get that, and that will be the first out. From one Charlie to another, you go from the Pick to Charlie Deal. 289 average, 52 RBIs, 2 home runs. Charlie Deal is at third base. Pennock will pitch. 33, that'll be a single. Charlie Deal gets a hold of one, and they'll send that into right. So Deal will go ahead and get a base hit. And he is also a threat to steal, but an SBS 8, again, I'm not going to send him. And the next batter will be the center fielder, Dodi Paskert, a 196 average, 29 RBIs, 2 home runs in 1919. So runner on first for the Cubs, 1-0 favor of the Red Sox. Pitch from Pennock. That's a 61, and that is going to be a cold strike 3 on Paskert. Struck him out. That's the first strikeout for Pennock. He had only 70 of them in 1919. Not really a strikeout pitcher. So 2 outs. And now the catcher, Bill Killefer. 286 average, 22 RBIs. He had no home runs that year as well. Deal on it first. And Pennock with the pitch. And 43. And that is going to be an out. And that's hit the right field, but an easy play for Harry Hooper. and he will get it and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Cubs. 1-0 Bo Sox after 2. Top of the 3rd. Leading off for the Red Sox will be Harry Hooper, 0 for 1. Alexander will deal. And 22, and that's going to be a base on balls. Hooper draws the walk, and he will be safe at first on a base hit. And he can steal. SBS is stolen base ratings in 11. Alexander, though, has a strong arm. So, and he is a righty. So a 1-3, he would not get the jump. And the catcher, Killefer, has an average arm. Let's see if he gets the jump. A 1-3, he does not get it. It's a 5. He does get the jump on his way to second base, and the average arm from Killefer is not. So a 1-11, Hooper is safe, and he is. Harry Hooper will go ahead and steal. And that's a big stolen base there. That puts a runner in scoring position, and Hooper winds up at second. Also takes away the double play. Here comes Vic. Vic is 0 for 1. Alexander will pitch. And 64, that will be an out. And with a runner on second, it's going to be a ground ball to second base, but the runners will advance. So it's grounded to second, handled there by Pick, and he'll throw it over to first for the out. 1 down, but Hooper does move to third. Here comes Strunk. Strunk got a double his first time up and scored. 1-0 favor of the Red Sox. Alexander will pitch. The infield's actually going to play in. So Hooper will deal. Alexander will deal. 26 and Strunk against a righty. It's a base hit. Alexander is a righty, and that's going to be a single, and the Red Sox will get another run. So Amos Strunk will go ahead and pick up an RBI. He'll bring up Hooper, and the Red Sox now have a 2-0 lead. Stadium groans. RBI single by Strunk. And now the batter will be George. George got an RBI double his first time up. Says he wants to be the greatest baseball player ever. When you get to 700 home runs, and you win a whole bunch of World Series, whatever, then we'll talk. Got a long way to go there, George. Alexander will pitch. 54, that's off the 54 chart, and it's men on base and a possible pickoff. Roll a D6. Alexander is a strong arm. 1-5, he got him. He does. Picked him off. 2 outs. Wow, Alexander, Amos Strunk must not have been paying attention. And it's going to be picked off at second base. And now Ruth will bat with the bases empty. And I don't know. I'm telling right now, Ed Barrow, who's the manager of the Red Sox in this season, goes to 8, says, Strunk, you stunk. 2 men down here. Alexander will pitch. And 56. And that is going to be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. And the inning will end there. And that is the first strikeout for Alexander. He had 121 of them in 19. But 1 run on 1 hit, a walk, and a stolen base. But a bad pickoff play, Strunk not paying attention. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. But now 2-0 in favor of the Cubs on the Red Sox. Leading off for the Cubs will be the pitcher, Pete Grover Cleveland Alexander. A 171 average and 4 RBIs in 19. Really not that much of a hitter. Pennock will pitch. And 21, and that is a swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is the second strikeout for Pennock. 1 away. Next batter is Flack. Flack got a single his first time up. Pennock will pitch. 21, that is an out, and that will be a line drive That's going to be hit right back to Pennock. He's going to put up his glove, and he's got it. That's a line out to the pitcher, out number 2. And now Holliker. Holliker got on a fielder's choice. His last time up, he's 0 for 1. 2-0, favor of the Red Sox. Pennock will pitch. 52, possible strikeout. 16 is too high. So now it's a possible error, and that is going to be a possible error on the shortstop. The shortstop for the Red Sox is Everett Scott. His ever rating is a 4, so a 1 to 4, he'll make an error. Nope, he makes the play. No problem there for Scott. He'll take it up, throws to first, and that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3, go the Cubs. 2-0 favor of the Red Sox. Haven't had that many errors in the last few games in our tournament. Early we did, but not that many errors in the last couple of games. For those of you wondering why we have so many errors, it is not because of the system. There were over 3,000 errors in 1919 total. Over 3,000 errors, and that is between 16 teams. Combined, I did check last year for 2024, there were about a little bit over 2,000 errors for 2024, and that's between 30 teams. Much different time period. And, of course, the gloves were smaller back then, too. Top of the 4th, Red Sox lead 2-0. Stuffy McInnes leads off for the Red Sox, 0 for 1. Alexander will pitch. 64, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Actually, no, that's going to be an out instead. And then instead, that's going to be hit to center field. So always look at the batter card first, even though it could be a strikeout, but McInnes actually has an out on his card. You always start with the batter card first. That's going to be a fly out to center, out number 1. Next batter is Shang. He's 0 for 1. Grover Cleveland. 43, and that will be an out, and that's also hit to center field. Handled there by Dodi Paskert, and he'll make the play again, 2 down. And now Scott. Scott got a single his first time up. Alexander, 62, and that will be a swing and a miss. That will be a strikeout, and the inning is over. And that is strikeout number 2 for Alexander. First time he sends the Red Sox down in order. 1, 2, 3 goes Boston. Go to the bottom of the 4th. Legend had it that Chick Gandil could feel without a glove. I would not be surprised. Those gloves were very small. Dead ball era, and fielding pretty much, it was important, but not as important as it is now. Defense, yes, was important back in the day, of course. You got to field your position, but not like it is now. Les Mann leads off for the Cubs. He's 0 for 1. Red Sox have a 2-0 lead here in the 4th. Pennock, 62. That'll be an out. And will it? Well, let's see. 62. Actually, that's a 1 to 13. That's a strikeout. Got him. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's the 3rd K for Pennock, and that's out number 1. Next batter is Merkel. Merkel is 0 for 1. Salvador America joins us here at Weegham Park. Big time. I know Salvador America is a huge Chicago Cubs fan. I know he is definitely rooting against the Boston Red Sox tonight. So definitely Salvador America, definitely rooting against the Red Sox. He roots against the Red Sox, especially if it's in the New York Yankees. So I know Salvador America, every time the Yankees are on the board, he is always a big-time Yankee fan. Isn't that right, Salvador America? Here's Merkel. Merkel's 0 for 1. Pennock will go ahead and pitch. Smoking one out, another announcer boy. Pennock will pitch. 16, and that's going to be an out. That's going to be hit to left field. Easy play there for some bum by the name of George. He'll make the catch. That's out number 2. 2 outs, and the batter will be Pick. Pick is 0 for 1. I hope Mrs. America is doing well. Pennock with the deal. 31, and that's going to be a base hit for Charlie Pick. He'll get a single. Also gets an automatic chance to steal. So Pick does get a base hit. That's his first hit of the game. Pick is not going to steal. He's going to stay at second, and we'll go from Pick to Deal. Deal is next. He got a single his first time up. She is TCB, okay? 2 men down. Pick on it first. Pennock will pitch. And 22, that's a single. That'll be a base hit. And it's going to be a base hit to right field. And Charlie Pick says hold. If 1 out assists, there are 2 outs. So Pick is not going to go. He's going to hold at second base. But now the Cubs got runners at first and second. With 2 outs, Deal gets his second hit of the game. And now the batter is Paskert. Paskert's 0 for 1. I am liking it a lot more than I did before, Salvador. I think I actually have the mechanics of the game down a lot better. Michael Peterson joins us here at Weegham Park. Good to see you, Michael. I hope you are feeling a lot better. Pick on at second, Deal on at first, still 2 outs. Pennock will pitch. And 51, that's an 11. That won't be a strikeout. Now it's an error check. And that's a possible error on the shortstop. And the shortstop for the Red Sox is Everett Scott. His error rating is a 4. And he's not going to make an error. He's got it. Nice play by Scott. He's going to throw to second to get Deal, and the inning will end there. No runs, 2 hits for the Cubs. And the Red Sox still holding on to a 2-0 lead. It is very different from inside pitch. But I began to realize when I was playing it the first time, I don't think I didn't let the game grow on me. I have now. And what made me want to play this game more was watching Tony Porter at Cards and Dice. And I wanted to go ahead and do another baseball game, make a small tournament during the off season of inside pitch. Top of the 5th, 2-0 here. It's very different, but it does actually flow a lot smoother than I thought. So 2-0. Leading off for the Bo Sox will be Red Shannon. He got a single his first time up. Fans here at Weegham Park hoping the Cubs can maybe come around. Grover Cleveland Alexander, one of the greatest pitchers of all time. He's having some struggles. Pitch, 45, and that will be an out. And that's hit to center field. And it'll be taken care of there by Paskert for out number 1. Next batter is Pennock. Pennock is 0 for 1. Alexander will pitch. 45. And that is going to be an out. That is hit. That's going to be he's a switch hitter hitting against the lefty. So that's going to be a ground ball to first. That'll be handled there by Merkel. Alexander will come over and receive the ball, and that will be out number 2 on a G3-1. 2 outs now. Here comes Hooper. Hooper is 0 for 1 with a walk. Alexander will pitch. 13, that's an out, and that will be a ground ball hit to second. That'll be a ground out to second, handled there by Charlie Pick. Over to first it goes, and that is a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Pennock comes back on the mound. Leading off for the Cubs will be Bill Killefer. Killefer is 0 for 1. One thing about fall classic baseball, you have about 100 seasons to get with. So if you want to, of course, with inside pitch, anything before 1956, Chris Davis doesn't have yet. He is going to do what he can sooner or later to get those seasons after he completes the 4 seasons in the 2000 bracket. But he does want to get that done. So here comes Killefer, pitch from Pennock. 25, that's going to be an out, and that will be a righties. That's going to be a ground ball to short, handled there by Scott. He'll throw to first for the out. And, of course, this is dead ball baseball, so we have a lot of low-scoring games. Here's Alexander. He's 0 for 1. Weegham, now Wrigley's are built for Weegham, who own the Chicago Whales of the Federal League. Yeah. So with Ruth, as Devonine GLA joins us here at Weegham Park. Yes, Ruth actually has Ruth is 1 for 2. He has an RBI double. Here comes Grover Alexander, 15, and that's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that will be the 4th K for Pennock, 2 away. And now the batter is Flack. Cutter Historical now joins us here at Weegham Park. Flack is now on. Flack the batter. He is 1 for 2. Pitch coming. 43, and that will be an out. And it will be a ground ball. And that's going to go to first base. That'll be taken care of there by Stuffy. And he'll get the first unassisted and retire the side. 1, 2, 3. Go the Cubs. 2-0 game here after 5. It is a pitcher's duel, and kind of like what you expect to get when you have 2 pitchers such as Herb Pennock and Pete Alexander, both Hall of Famers. And, of course, Pete Alexander is one of the greatest of all time. We go to the top of the 6th, and Herb Pennock was no slouch either. Top of the 6th, Ossie Vitt leads off for the Red Sox. He's 0 for 2. Cutter Historical says 1908 will be the next tourney. I've already kind of said that I probably would do a 1908 tournament as well in the next off season. Maybe. Haven't decided yet. I do have another baseball game I ordered coming in. I should be getting it this week. Alexander will pitch. 34, and that will be an out. And that will be grounded right back to the pitcher. Alexander will take care of that and toss it over for the out. Next up is Strunk. Strunk is having a good night, though he did get picked off at first. But he's 2 for 2. He's got 2 singles. He's got a double and a single. Alexander will pitch. 14, that will be an out, and that's going to be a ground ball hit to short. That'll be a ground ball to short, easily handled there by Holliker. And over to first it goes, 2 down. 2 outs. And the next batter is G.H. Ruth, and he's 1 for 2. 24 years old in 1919, this kid. Says he doesn't want to be on the Red Sox anymore. Says he wants to play for a real baseball team there, Salvador America. He says he wants to play for the New York Yankees, a real baseball team in 1919. I don't know what Boston has to say about that, though. Alexander will pitch. 14, and he walked him. He goes ahead and walks Ruth. So Ruth will trot to first. And that is the second walk given up by Alexander. And now the batter's McInnes. Hey, watch your mouth now. Here's McInnes. He's 0 for 2. Ruth on at first. 2 men down here. Top of the 6th. Red Sox have a 2-0 lead. And here comes the pitch. Alexander, 66. That's a 19. And that's going to miss a double and a triple. It is going to be a base hit. It will be a single. It'll be a base hit to left. First to third. Hold or run with risk. Babe Ruth is a fast runner. And that's hit to left field. Left fielder is Les Mann. His arm rating is an A if you try to run with risk. It would be, if you try to run with risk, it would be a 1 to 3 for him to try to get to third base. You got Shang due up next. I am not going to have him run. I'm going to keep him at second base. He got a 2-0 lead. So Ruth is going to hold. That is a single for McInnes. So now runners at first and second. And now here comes Shang. Solid player in his career. Shang, however, is 0 for 2. So Ruth decided not to go, and probably the right play. Man, as I said, is an A runner trying to run with risk, but he'll hold the second base. Runners at first and second, 2 outs, top of the 6th. 2-0 Boston. Grover Cleveland Alexander will pitch. 42. He's going to, and he will get out of the inning. That's going to be a ground ball hit to third, and the throw is going to go to second to get McInnes. And that will end the inning. No runs, a hit, and a walk. And we will go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still 2-0 in favor of the Bo Sox. Babe Ruth going back to the Babe Ruth going back to the dugout and saying, if I was on the Yankees, they would have brought me in to score. But I'm on the Red Sox. Of course we don't win anything. Oh. Bottom of the 6th inning. Charlie Holliker leads off for the Cubbies. He's 0 for 2. Pennock will go ahead and pitch. 25. That will be an out. Ground out to short. Taken care of there by Scott. And he'll throw it over, out number 1. Here comes Mann. Mann is 0 for 2. Pennock's done a great job so far. He's only scattered for it. That's it. You got a 2-minute penalty for being an instigator. This is baseball, not hockey. Pennock will pitch. 31, that's a base hit. That will be a single for Mann. So Mann will get a base hit off of Pennock's card, and he gets his first hit of the game. And now here's Merkel. Merkel is 0 for 2. Yeah, he did hit an umpire in the game. That's true. Man on at first. Pennock sets up, ready to pitch. 1 out here, bottom of the 6th. Fans here at Weegham Park hoping for something. Pennock will pitch. 46. That's off the ballpark card. It's a no-park home run for Merkel, which means you can't hit a home run off the ballpark. That's a 15, though. So we'll go to the ballpark card. He bats right, and that's going to be a foul out. That's going to be a foul out down the first base line. Going over there is Stuffy McInnes, and he's going to make the catch in foul territory. That's out number 2. Merkel pops that out into foul territory, and Stuffy makes the catch. 2 away. And now here's Pick. Pick is 1 for 2. 2 outs. It's coming up now. And 41. And that will be a 1-6. It's a walk. That's a 2, and he walked him. Wow, a 1-6. And he does walk him. So now runners at first and second with 2 outs. And now here's Charlie Deal. Good hitter. Deal was 2 for 2. Is 2 for 2. He's got 2 singles. But 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-0 Red Sox, but a chance for the Cubs to try to get something going here. Pennock sets up, and he will pitch. 42, and that will be an out. That's hit to left field, shallow fly. But George Ruth will get to it, make the catch, and that will end the inning. No runs, a hit, and a walk. It stays 2-0 in favor of the Red Sox. Typical dead ball game. Not many hits, low scoring. Typical dead. But then again, it's low scoring because you got 2 Hall of Fame pitchers on the mound, too. That is making a difference. You can tell that's making a difference. We go to the top of the 7th. Leading off for the Red Sox will be Everett Scott, and he's 1 for 2 with a single. Both pitchers can go through the lineups 4 times, so they got plenty of gas left. This is 1919, not 2019. Alexander will pitch. 63, and that will be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is the 3rd K for Alexander. Next up is Shannon. Shannon is 1 for 2. Alexander will pitch. 22, and a 1-7 is a single. That's a 10, and that's going to be an out. And instead, that's going to be a line drive, hit right to left field. Going back for it is Everett Mann, but he's got plenty of room. That's going to be a line out to left, and that's out number 2. Didn't have to move much, though. Here's Pennock. Pennock is 0 for 2. Pitch from Grover. 13, and that's an easy out, and that is a pop fly ball, and that is going to first base. Easy call there for Merkel. He'll get it in fair territory, and he'll make the catch and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Red Sox. They're holding on to a 2-0 lead. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. There will be no baseball tomorrow night. We will return on Tuesday night, and we're going to begin the second round. Okay, of the tournament, of the 1919 tournament. It'll be game number 9. We're going back to Forbes Field as the number 16 Philadelphia Athletics, who knocked off the number 1 Cincinnati Reds, they'll be facing the number 8 Pittsburgh Pirates. Jing Johnson will be going for the Athletics, and Wilbur Cooper will be going for the Pirates. So we get to see those guys. Once again, the Athletics and the Pirates, game 9 of the One and Gone. Jing Johnson against Wilbur Cooper. That will be Tuesday night. We'll begin the second round of the tournament. Bottom of the 7th here, though. Red Sox lead 2-0 against the Cubs. Dodi Pasker leads off for the Cubs. He's 0 for 2. So right now, Pennock is out-dueling Alexander. Pennock will pitch. And 22, a walk to 7, a 1 to 17 is a walk. That's a 7, and he walks Pasker. So Pasker will trot to first. He also gets a steal. He also gets a steal attempt if he wants to take it. Stolen base rating is an 11. And Shang has an average arm. It would be a 1 to 11. Pennock has a weak arm. So the only way he wouldn't get the jump, is on a, and he's a lefty, would be a 1 or a 2. I'm not going to send him. I'm not going to send him. I'm going to let him stay at first. Here comes Killefer. Killefer is 0 for 2. Nobody out, bottom of the 7th, but now the Cubs are the leadoff man on. Pennock will pitch. 41, and a 1 to 6 is a walk, but that's a 12. That will not be a walk. That will be an out, and it's going to be a fly out to center. Pasker holds it first. Fly ball, center field, handled by Strunk, and that's first out. Next up is Alexander. Now I got to make a decision. You got a runner at first base. Alexander still has plenty left in the tank. Really not a good hitter. He could bunt. I guess he would bunt here, but that takes away an out. Oh, what do you do here? Do you bunt him or do you keep him in the game? Do you go to the bench? Let me look at the Cubs bench. Cubs do have some decent players on the bench. You have some decent players on the bench here. But do you take out Grover Cleveland? Ben Witt says got a pinch. I'll go with Ben Witt. Pete Alexander coming out of the game as the Cubs are going to go to the bench. So that will take out Alexander. And the guy I'm going to bring in here is going to be Lee McGee. 292 average, a 17 RBIs, and a home run. Switch hitter. So Lee McGee will pinch it for Alexander here in the bottom of the 7th. 2-0. Pasker on at first. Pennock will pitch. Fans here at Weegham Park begin to realize they're running out of innings. Pitch coming. 35, and that is good. A single 1 to 16. That's a base hit. It's a base hit for McGee. And it's going to be a base hit to right field. First to third advances on a weak arm out there. Right fielder for the Red Sox is Hooper. He has a strong arm. So Pasker's going to hold at second base. He will not move to third. As it says, first to third advances on a weak arm, but there's a strong arm out there, and he's going to stay at second base. Hooper's got a strong arm. So now runners at first and second. So bringing in Lee McGee turned out to be the great idea. You don't see managing like this on that other channel with the fluffy cat. So now runners at first and second with 1 out. And now the batter is Flack. Flack is 1 for 3. He's got a single. 1 out here, bottom of the 7th. Cubs threatening. Pennock trying to get out of the inning. And here comes the pitch. 32. And that is going to be an out. And it's going to be a ground ball to short. And first to second double play. It's a double play, 6-4-3. If the shortstop is a weak arm, he only gets a fielder's choice. The shortstop for the Red Sox is Everett Scott. He has an average arm. That is going to be a 6-4-3 double play, and the inning is over. Stadium groans. No runs and a hit as Scott gets it, throws it over to Shannon, then throws it over to Stuffy, and the inning is over. As Pennock gets the pitcher's best friend and retires a side. No runs, a hit, and a walk. We'll go after 7. It's still 2-0 in favor of the Red Sox. Top of the 8th. Leading off for the Red Sox will be Harry Hooper. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. They got 2 lefties and a righty coming up. Cubs are going to go to the bullpen. And they're going to bring out, they got 2 lefties and a righty. Let's see who they have as a lefty. And coming on to pitch for the Cubs is going to be lefty Tyler. 2 wins, 2 losses, a whip of 1.1. So Alexander leaves with the loss. So here comes lefty Tyler. He will pitch to Hooper here to start the top of the 8th inning. 2-0 favor of the Red Sox. And we got to see what kind of a day he has. And he is going to be an average pitcher. He's going to be in the B column. So Tyler in the B column. And here comes the pitch from Hooper. 46. That's off the ballpark, but he can't hit a home run here. That's a 14. So we'll go to Weegham Park. And again, with a lefty, a 5-14 is a foul ball. And that goes into the stand. So somebody got a souvenir. Hope somebody watched their head. So strike 1. Tyler will pitch again. 56, and that's going to be an out. And it's a grounder to second base. Handled by Charlie Pick. And over to first it goes. 1 down. Next batter is Vitt. Vitt is 0 for 3. Tyler will pitch. 63, and that is an out. And that is going to be a line drive hit right to first. Caught by Merkel. 2 down. And now Strunk. Strunk is 2 for 3, a single and a double. Tyler will pitch. 24, and a hit by pitch, 1-4. That is a 2. He hit him. Plunk. Ouch. Lefty Tyler hits Strunk. So Strunk gets the base on a hit batter. And no, I'm not going to do the 3-hit batter rule in this day and age. But Strunk gets hit by the pitch. He goes to first, and that will bring up the bum. He is 1 for 2. He's got a double and a walk. John Haverly joins us here at Weegham Park. So Strunk on at first off the hit batter, and now Tyler will pitch to this nobody. So Tyler will go ahead and he will pitch. 33, and that's a 5, and that nobody is going to get another RBI as he smacks that one deep to center field. Going after that is going to be Paskert. He's not going to get it. That is going to be a triple. Ruth winds up at third. Strunk will score. It's 3-0 Red Sox. Stadium groans. A triple for Ruth. And that is his second RBI of the game. And his second hit. As this bum goes ahead and hits a triple here at Weegham Park. And now it's 3-0. That might be enough. Here comes Stuffy. McInnes is 1 for 3. 2 outs here, top of the 8th, as the guy that will build a house for the Yankees. But right now he's on the Red Sox in 1919. Gets his second RBI. McInnes will go up against Tyler. Tyler with the pitch. 55, and that's going to be another run. That's going to be a base hit for McInnes. McInnes hits a single into center field. I don't have to roll. I don't have to draw a card. That's going to easily bring in Ruth. And the Red Sox now have a 4-0 lead. Stadium groans. So McInnes gets an RBI single, now 4-0 in favor of the Bo Sox. With 2 outs, and here comes Shang. Shang is 0 for 3. 2 outs, 4-0 now. McInnes on at first. Tyler will pitch. 65, that will be an out. That would normally be a home run chance, okay? But it's an automatic out because he didn't have any. And that's going to be a ground ball to second base, taken care of by Pick. He'll throw to first to get Shang, and the inning is over. 2 runs, 2 hits, and a hit batter. And the Red Sox now have a 4-0 lead going in the bottom of the 8th. Pennock's got plenty of gas left. He can pitch to 9 more batters before fatigue. And Charlie Holliker leads off for the Cubs. He is 0 for 3. Pennock sets up and he will deal. Pennock, 46. Nope, that's off the ballpark, but no park home run. That's an 18. And that is going to be a stretch single into a double or out at second that's fielded by the center fielder. Use the outfielder's assist rating to check. So Holliker hits one into center field. It works like an S6 off of inside pitch. Holliker has got to try for second base. Center fielder for the Red Sox is Strunk. His arm for an assist rating trying to take second. You roll his number. It's a 3. So a 1-3, Holliker is out. No, he's safe. So Holliker turns that into a leadoff double for the Cubs. Maybe something you probably didn't want to do here down by 4 runs. But that is definitely going to be a double for Holliker. And now we'll see if the Cubs can get some runs back. Here comes Mann. Mann is 1 for 3. Runner on at second, leadoff double by Holliker. Pennock will pitch. 54, that's off the 54 chart. And men on base, wild pitcher, pass ball. Pennock a 1-12, and that is a 9, and that's going to be a wild pitch by Pennock. So Holliker goes to third on a wild one. And that is the second wild pitch thrown by Pennock in the game. And now a runner's on third. The Red Sox are going to keep the infield back. His run doesn't mean anything. So Mann will go ahead and bat here again. But Holliker now moves to third on the wild pitch. Pitch from Pennock, 35, and a single 1-16. That's a 14 base hit, and the Cubs are on the board. So Les Mann will get a base hit, and now it's 4-1. That's his second hit of the game. And now the batter is Merkel. Man on at first. Merkel is 0 for 3. 4-1 now, bottom of the 8th. Still nobody out. Pennock will pitch. 66, and that's a 12, and that's going to be a double for Merkel. And that's going to be a double into left field. First of home holds. With 2 outs, it's an assist. There's not 2 outs, so Mann is going to hold at third base. And now runners at second and third, nobody out. And the tying run is at the plate. They go talk to Pennock on the mound, say, hey, look, we have a 4-0 lead. Let's be careful with it. The next batter is Pick. And Pick is 1 for 2, a single and a walk. So Mann on at third, Merkel on at second. Nobody out here. Bottom of the 8th. Now it's a 4-1 ball game. Pennock, they're going to keep the infield back. Or are they going to try? Nah, I think they keep the infield back. Pennock will go ahead and he will pitch. 61, and that will be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Boy, did he need that. That is a big K for Pennock, and that's his 5th. Big strikeout to get Pick. And now here's Deal. Deal is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Man on it first, Merk on a third, Merkel on it second. 1 out now, bottom of the 8th, 4-1 game. Pennock looking in on Deal. Fans here at Weegham Park checking their cell phones, checking the stats on their cells. Oh yeah, 1919. Pennock will pitch. 24 and a hit by pitch, 1-7. That's a 3 plunk. Ouch, and the bases are loaded. Second hit batter of the game, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to do a 3 hit by pitch rule here in these times. Bases are loaded, and here comes Dodi Paskert. We may see a pinch hitter for him. So bases loaded here with 1 out. Paskert, the batter, is 0 for 2 with a walk. Paskert, I have at center field. And I have other center fielders. And they're going to make a change here, I think. They're going to make a change. Yeah. Dodi Paskert coming out of the game and coming on to pinch hit is going to be Buck Herzog. 275 average, 17 RBIs, no homers. And taking over at center field is going to be Dave Robertson, I think. I'll have Dave Robertson take over at center. I'll put his card to the side so I know. So Dave Robertson will take over at center field. So here comes Buck Herzog in a big one here. Bases loaded, 1 out. They're going to stay the infield back and try to turn the 2. Pennock in a jam now. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. 4-1 Red Sox. Fans are at Weegham Park hoping for a big hit. Pennock will pitch. 24, hit by pitch, 1-16. That's a 10 plunk. Ouch. And he hits another batter and a run scores. Third hit batter of the game. Man will come in, he will score. It's 4-2. So now 4-2 here with 1 out. As he goes ahead and plunks Herzog. The next batter is Killefer. He'll bat. Killefer is 0 for 3. Still staying at double play depth. They're not going to play in. They're trying to turn maybe 2. Pennock here in the bottom of the 8th inning. We got some 8th inning magic here. Red Sox at a 4-0 lead. Now it's a 4-2 lead. Fans here at Weegham Park are going ahead and are waving their terrible towels. They are flashing their cell phones, activating all their cameras and everything. They're getting on Ticketmaster. Oh yeah, 1919. World's worst gamer now joins us here at Weegham Park. Bases loaded, bottom of the 8th, 4-2. Pennock trying to get this out of the inning, but here it comes. Here comes the pitch. 43, and that's going to be an out. And let's see, he is a righty, so that's going to be a ground ball to short. They are not playing in, so a ground ball to short, bases loaded. Fielder's choice at second. Fast runner safe at second with fielder's choice. So fielder's choice at second base. A fast runner is safe at second, which Herzog is. So that means the ball's going to go to first. Runners will move up. It's now 4-3. The run does score. So Merkel scores. Herzog is a fast runner. He'll get to second. So the throw goes to first, out number 2. Wow. Now 4-3. So now runners at second and third. The run does come in on a grounded to short. And we'll see a pinch hitter for lefty Tyler as he will come out of the game. And the Cubs will go to the bench again. And they are going to go with They're going to bring out Pete Kilduff, 273 average, 8 RBIs, no homers. So here's Pete Kilduff for the Cubs. Runners at second and third. The Cubs have put a 3 spot here in the bottom of the 8th. Pennock is not Pennock will be tired after Kilduff, but still 2 outs. 2 outs here. Tying run at third. Go ahead run at second base. Pennock trying to get out of this jam. Fans here at Weegham Park hoping that Kilduff comes through with a hit. Pennock will pitch. 41 and a 1-6 is a walk. That's a 10. And instead, that's going to be an out. And that is going to be a line drive. A line drive hit right to left field. But George Ruth is going to be there to make the catch. And the inning is over. 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 hit batters, and a wild pitch. 4-3 now after 8. But the Cubs are right back in it. Cubs have a chance, though. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Dave Robertson's going to take over at center field. So let me mark that on the board here. So Robertson taking over at center. He's an 8'8", 419. So he makes errors. Not as strong a player. So Dave Robertson will take over at center field in place of Dodi Pasker. Top of the 9th inning, and Everett Scott leads off for the Red Sox. 2 switches and a righty coming up, and they are going to go. It really doesn't matter. I think the Cubs are just going to go with a right-handed pitcher. Let's see if they're going to bring out the pitch, and it is going to be... Who's coming out to pitch? Coming on to pitch for the Cubs is going to be Speed Martin. Another great baseball name. 8 wins, 8 losses, 2 saves, a 129 whip. So here comes Speed Martin to pitch. And he's going to not have he's not going to have good stuff. He's going to be a C pitcher. So Speed Martin will come on to pitch to Scott here in the top of the 9th. Martin will pitch to Scott. 4-3 Red Sox now. Martin will pitch. 15, that is going to be an out. And that will be, I think that's grounded to first. Yes, it is. That's a ground ball to first base. That'll be taken care of there by Merkel. And that is out number 1. 1 out. Here comes Shannon. Shannon is 1 for 3. Yes, this is Wrigley Field, John Haverly. It was called Weegham Park in the early days. Martin will pitch. 54, that's off the 54 chart. So base is empty, and that's going to be a fly ball left field, roll for error rating for an error. So the left fielder for the Cubs is a Les Mann. His error rating is a 4. And I did not use that die yet. That's a 6. He's not going to make an error. He's going to make the catch. That's going to be out number 2. Fly ball left field. Les Mann's got it 2 away. And we're going to see a pinch hitter here for Herb Pennock as he has done the job. And the Red Sox will now go to the bench. And coming on to pinch hit against Martin is going to be Bill Lamar. 291 average, 13 RBIs. Bill Lamar will pinch hit against Martin here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. 4-3 Red Sox. Cubs have closed it. Martin will pitch. 21, and that is an out. And that's going to be a ground ball. That is a 1, and that's going to be a ground ball right back to Martin. Martin will get that. He'll toss it over to first and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Red Sox. 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the 9th. But will we see some ninth inning magic? We've not had any ninth inning magic really yet in any of these games. The Cubs have Flack, Holliker, and Mann to pitch in the bottom of the ninth inning, to bat in the bottom of the ninth inning. Max Flack, he will bat, and they got two lefties and a righty. So let's see who the Red Sox want to bring on to pitch. And they don't have any lefties in the bullpen. So in this case, I'm going to go with the best pitcher they have, and that's going to be Alan Russell. 10 wins, 4 losses. He had 4 saves. So Alan Russell coming on to try to get the save and close the deal. So here comes Alan Russell to pitch for the Red Sox. Max Flack will lead off. Bottom of the ninth, 4-3 Boston. Fans here at Weegham Park hoping the Cubs can get some more run and win it here and send themselves into the second round. The St. Louis Cardinals are awaiting the winner of this game. Russell will go ahead and pitch. Oh, wait, first of all, we got to see what kind of a bullpen has, and it's going to be, it's going to have rough stuff. So he's going to be a C pitcher just like Martin. So we'll see what Russell has. So a C pitcher for Alan Russell. He'll pitch against Flack. And here it comes. 24, hit by pitch, 1-4. That's a 2. He hit him. Plunk, ouch. And the tying run is on base. That's the 4th hit batter in the game. And again, I'm not doing hit by pitch rules in this kind of time because that happened a lot. So Max Flack, so once again, I bring in a relief pitcher, and he allows the first runner to get on. So the tying run is on base in Max Flack. And now the batter is Holliker. Holliker is 1-for-4 with a double and scored. Flack on it first. Fans here at Weegham Park setting to go ahead and play hard. Russell will pitch. 35, and that's going to be a base hit. That'll be a single. It's an out off of Holliker's card, but then it's going to be a single against Alan Russell. That's going to be a base hit to right. Flack will hold at second base. Single for Holliker. Runners at first and second now. Holliker gets his second hit of the game, and here comes Mann. Mann is 2-for-4 with a single and a double. Still nobody out, bottom of the ninth. Fans here at Weegham Park, now they're loud once again. Alan Russell trying to get out of this jam. After further review, with Steve Tower joins us here at Weegham Park. Flack on at second, Holliker on at first. Nobody out, bottom of the ninth. Red Sox trying to get into the next round, but the Cubs got something to say about it. This will be the third batter for Russell. Russell will pitch to Mann. 22, it's an 18, and that's going to be an out. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher. First and second, it's a 1-6-3 double play, but a pitcher with a weak arm only gets a fielder's choice. Russell does have a weak arm. That's only going to be a fielder's choice at second, 1 out. First and second, double play, 1-6-3, but pitcher weak arm only gets a fielder's choice at second. Russell does have a W, and that's only going to be 1 out, not a double play. The tying run goes to third. Holliker is out, and Mann is at first. So fielder's choice for Mann. Now the batter is Merkel. Merkel, a good hitter. And Russell, Red Sox may be going to the bullpen on this. He was the third batter. And we may bring in, I do use the 3-batter rule. And they're going to do just that. And you know what? I've been messing up because I've been forgetting the hit by pitch from the batters. No, doesn't matter. It's too late anyway. From the pitcher. Okay. So runners at first and third. Russell's going to come out of the game, and the Red Sox are going to go ahead and bring out Waite Hoyt. 4 wins, 6 losses, a 1.15 ERA, or 1.15 whip, I should say. So here comes Waite Hoyt. He's going to come on to pitch here. The infield is in. Flack is on at third. Mann is on at first. I've been doing the hit by pitch rules badly because I forgot to subtract the hit by pitch rules from the pitchers. So probably all these hit batters should not have occurred. But it's too late. I'm just going to let it play on. I'll know for next time. I got to remember that. So Flack's on at third. Mann on at first. Hoyt's going to go ahead and pitch to Merkel. The infield is in. Red Sox lead 4-3. Hoyt's going to go ahead and he will pitch. Oh, wait a minute. I still got to do a bullpen. And he's going to have good stuff. He's going to be an A pitcher. So Hoyt will be an A pitcher. And now Hoyt will pitch. 15. That's going to be an out. And it's a ground ball to first base if playing in NS rule. And that means that's going to be a single past the first baseman, and this game is tied. Ground out to first base, but if you're playing in, you use the INS rule, and that's a single past the infielder to right field. That's going to be a base hit. We got a tie game. Flack will score. And Mann goes to second, a hold there. So because it was past the drawn-in infield, it's a base hit. We're tied. 9th inning magic strikes again. Stadium cheers. Yay! So it's a single past the infielder since the infield was in. And now runners at first and second for Pick. So Mann on at second base. Pick is 1 for 3, a single and a walk. Salvador America. Now the infield goes back. There's still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Now tied at 4. We have our first 9th inning magic of this tournament. This game sucks. His board sucks. I suck. Howard sucks. Mann on at second. Merkel on at first. Waite Hoyt trying to make a play against Pick. Will now pitch against him, but now only 1 out. Hoyt will go ahead and he will pitch. 43, and that's going to be an out. And that is going to be a fly ball to center field. Mann will advance if it's a weak arm in center field. Strunk has an average arm. He will stay at second base. 2 outs. So fly out to center. Mann stays at second. And now here's Deal. Deal is 2 for 3, 2 singles, and got hit by a pitch. So now 2 outs. Mann on at second, Merkel on at first, 2 men down. We got a tie game here. Hoyt will go ahead and pitch the Deal. Fans here at Weegham Park enjoying what they're seeing now. Waite Hoyt will make the pitch. 24. Hit by pitch 1-7. -5 makes him a 2. That's a 9. That's going to be an out. Now that I'm doing it right. And that's going to be a fly ball hit to right field. Getting over there, it's going to be Harry Hooper. He makes the catch. We have free baseball. Free baseball. Free baseball here. Get your free baseball. 1 run, 2 hits, a hit batter. And we're tied at 4 after 9. Now that I know to use the hit by pitch from the pitchers. That would have made some big changes, I think, but we know for next time now. We go to the top of the 10th inning, tied at 4 here. Speed Martin. I think they're going to keep him on the mound. Harry Hooper leads off for the Red Sox here in the top of the 10th, tied at 4. So Martin will stay on the mound. He's due to bat third in the 10th inning, so they'll let him pitch. So here comes Hooper. Hooper is 0 for 3 with a walk. So top of the 10th inning, tied at 4. The Cubs hold it off. Martin will go ahead and pitch. 43, and that's going to be a ball 4. That's a walk. Hooper walks Hooper. Martin walks Hooper, and the go-ahead run is on base. So Martin will walk Hooper, a 43 off blank, but a 43 here is a walk. And now the batter is Vitt. Vitt is 0 for 4. You kind of think he's due for something. How many extra innings would happen before being called for darkness? I'm going to have the fans in the stands light candles if necessary. And no, we're not using ghost runners in this game. I don't need that. I really have plenty of players here. So no ghost runners. Hooper on first base. Martin will pitch. 32, and that is going to be an out. That's going to be an out on Martin's card, and it's going to be a fly ball to center field. Hooper, advances weak arm. Center fielder is Robertson. He has an average arm. Hooper will stay at first. So 1 out. So fly out to center, 1 down. The next batter is Strunk. Strunk has had a good night, 2 for 3, a single, a double, and got hit by a pitch. So Martin will deal. 52. That's a 9. That's not going to be a strikeout. So that's going to be a possible error chance. A possible error. And that is a possible error on the right fielder exotic chart. Right fielder is Max Flack. His error rating is a 3. So a 1 to 3, he makes an error. He doesn't. That's going to be, again, he's going to make the catch. It's out number 2. So 2 outs. On a fly out to right, as he doesn't make an error. And now here comes George. George is 2 for 3, a double, a triple, and a walk. Would it be fitting if he goes ahead and hits 1 out here? Hooper on it first. Martin will pitch to Ruth. 2 outs, top of the 10th, tied at 4. George Herman Ruth at the plate. Fans here at Weegham Park says that this guy will not make much of a difference. He's going to be a nobody the rest of his career. Martin will set up and he will pitch. 63, and that's going to be an out. It's a deep fly ball to left field. Going back for that is Les Mann. He's at the track. He's at near the wall, but he's going to make the catch and retire the side. Nothing across except a walk. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Hoyt back on the mound. And he can face a lot of batters in relief. We'll see how long he goes. Bottom of the 10th inning. Leading off for the Cubs is going to be Dave Robertson. He's the new center fielder. 208 average, 10 RBIs and a homer. Wade Hoyt will continue to pitch. So bottom of the 10th, tied at 4 here. Hoyt will pitch. 26. And against a righty, it's a single. And he is a righty. And that's a base hit. So Dave Robertson, he gets a single. And the winning run is on. Base hit for Robertson. Now the batter is Killefer. Killefer is 0 for 4. Winning run at first base. Killefer, a very good bunter. He's also a good hitter. I'm going to try to bunt him over. Killefer's going to try to bunt. Very good bunter. Sacrifice at a 5. I'm going to try to bunt him over. So Robertson on it first. Hoyt will pitch to Killefer. We'll do the bunt, see if he lays it down. And that's a 2, and he does. He does lay that down. That's bunted right at the plate. And that is a 1. That is a 1. And let's see. Let's see. Shang has an average arm, so there's not going to be any changes. And it is a 1. If roll 2 is a 1, we roll again. So that's a 1. So we got to roll again on the advanced bunt chart. That is a 1. And Killefer's going to, well, no, he's not. A fast runner beats it out for a single. He's a slow runner. Robertson will get to second, and Killefer's out at first. So the bunt works. Robertson will get to second base on a sacrifice hit at the plate. Shang thought he might have had a play, but he goes to first to get the out. And there is 1 down. Now the go-ahead, now the winning run in scoring position, and we'll see a pinch hitter for Speed Martin. So Martin coming out of the game, and coming on to pinch hit is going to be Turner Barber. 313 average, 21 RBIs. Turner Barber will come on to pitch against Hoyt with 1 out. Bottom of the 10th inning, Red Sox and Cubs tied at 4. Hoyt trying to go ahead and get this done. Robertson on at second. Fans here at Weegham Park are loud. This is definitely right now the game of the year, a game of the tournament at this moment. Hoyt will go ahead and pitch. 35, and that's going to be an out. And it's going to be a fly out to left field. Robertson will stay at second base. That'll be caught by Ruth. That's out number 2. 2 outs. And now the batter is Flack. Flack is 0 for 3. He got hit by a pitch. And now Flack trying to win the game here for the Cubs. Tied at 4, bottom of the 10th. Red Sox had a 4-0 lead. And then the Cubs scored 3 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th. Robertson on at second. Wait Hoyt trying to get it all done here. Flack at the plate. Hoyt winds up and he will pitch. 23, and that will be an out. That's going to be a ground ball. That's going to be a ground ball to first, and that'll get taken care of by Stuffy McInnes. He will tag the bag and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Cubs. And we got more free baseball coming up. Still tied at 4 after 10. We go to the top of the 11th. Leading off for the Red Sox is going to be Stuffy McInnes. He is 2 for 4. Cubs need a pitcher, and they got 2 righties and a switch. So coming on to pitch for the Cubs is going to be Phil Douglas. 10 wins, 6 losses, a 104 whip. And he is going to be a B pitcher. So he'll have average stuff. So he'll be a B pitcher. So Stuffy McInnes leads off for the Red Sox here in the top of the 11th. Tied at 4 in this final game of the first round. Whoever wins moves on to play the Cardinals. Douglas will go ahead and pitch. 46, no park home run. So we go to the ballpark card. That is an 8. McInnes is a righty, and that's going to be a foul ball into the stands, strike 1. We'll do it again. Douglas with the pitch. 16, and that is an out, and that is going to be a ground ball to third. That'll get picked up by Deal. Throws to first for the out. 1 down. Here comes Shang. Shang is 0 for 4. 306 average. You kind of think he's due. Douglas on the mound. Top of the 11th, tied at 4. Douglas will pitch. 54. That's going to be off the bases empty wild chart. Sky high pop out to the shortstop. Rain chart. Roll a D6. That's going to be 1 to 5, and clouds are moving in. It's a pop out, though. It's out number 2. So clouds are moving in, but we don't go to the rain chart. That's just going to be out number 2. There is some rain maybe coming in, but Nothing there. So Clouds are moving in, but that's it. And that's a pop out to short, 2 away. And now here's Scott. Scott is 1 for 3, 1 for 4. He's got a single. Douglas will pitch. 15, that's an out, and that is going to be a ground ball hit to third base, picked up by Deal. Deal will take care of it, toss it over, and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Red Sox. We go to the bottom of the 11th. Hoyt back on the mound. He's still got plenty in the tank. And Charlie Holliker leads off for the Cubs. He is 2 for 5, a single, a double, and scored 1 run. So Hoyt will pitch to Holliker here. Bottom of the 11th inning, tied at 4. Hoyt will pitch. 26, and that's going to be a base hit for Holliker against the righty. It's a single. So Holliker gets a base hit. And that's his 3rd hit of the game. And again, the winning run is on. And here comes Mann. Mann is 2 for 5, 2 singles. Mann got a good chance to bunt. And I'm going to go ahead and bunt him as well. So Mann will lay down the bunt. And that is a 5. And that will be laid down. Shang has an average arm. So let's see what this one is. And that's going to be a successful bunt. So Mann lays it down. And that was laid down actually to third base. And that's actually picked up by Vitt. He's going to throw to first to get the out. The winning run goes to second, 1 down. So another bunt there on a sacrifice hit to third actually. And now the winning run is at second base. Here comes Merkel. Merkel is 2 for 4. He's got a single and a double. Fans here again at Weegham Park know a single could probably bring an Holliker. Hoyt sets up, and here comes the pitch. 14, and that's going to be an out. That is a 6, and it's a fly out. That's going to be a fly out to left, and Holliker will hold at second, 2 down. The fly ball to left field. Ruth grabs it, 2 away. And now Pick. Pick is 1 for 4. He's got a single and a walk. 2 outs here. Bottom of the 11, tied at 4. Red Sox and Cubs. Winner goes on to play the Cardinals. Loser goes home. Hoyt will go ahead and he will pitch. 54. And we go to the 54 chart with men on base. Wild pitch or pass ball. Refer to wild pitch rating, and if a 1, which Hoyt is a 1 to 4, that is a 1, and Hoyt's going to throw a wild pitch, and Holliker coming into goes to third. Third wild pitch thrown by the Red Sox pitching staff, and now, but still 2 outs here. So Holliker moves to third on the wild pitch, and Hoyt will try to get Pick out. 2 men down here. Fans at Weegham Park again. They are loaded. They are ready to go. Hoyt will set up against Pick. Fans here at Weegham are loud. Hoyt gets the sign from Shang. Here comes the pitch. 66, base hit. The ball game is over. That's going to be a double for Charlie Pick. Holliker will score. The Cubs win it. That's your game. Walk-off double. 5-4 in favor of the Cubs. Stadium cheers. Yay! RBI double by Charlie Pick on a 66. And the Cubs win it 5-4 here in 11 innings. What an incredible game here at Weegham Park. And the Boston Red Sox are 1 and gone. Final line score coming up. 1 run on 2 hits and a wild pitch. For the Cubs, in 11 innings, 5 runs, 14 hits, no errors. For the Red Sox, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher is Phil Douglas. He's going to wind up with the win in this game. Wade Hoyt's going to take the loss. So Charlie Pick on a 66 winds up with an RBI double, and the Cubs win this game 5-4. They move on to the second round. The Red Sox a 4-0 lead going into the 8th, and the Cubs come right back and score 3 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th, and 1 in the 11th. And this right now has got to be what I call the game of the tournament. So it's a win for the Chicago Cubs as they win here in 11 innings, 5-4. And I'm sorry there for Salvador America, who came in here to see his Red Sox try to get the win here, but it was not meant to be. That's our first 9th inning magic of the tournament. And it is nice to know we can have 9th inning magic in Fall Club Baseball, Fall Classic Baseball. We have a lot of it in Inside Pitch, but it's nice to know you can have 9th inning magic in Fall Classic as well. Our next game will be Tuesday night. We go into the second round of the tournament, and we go back to Forbes Field. It will be the Philadelphia Athletics taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Jing Johnson will be pitching for the Athletics, and Wilbur Cooper will be going for the Pirates as we start the second round of the tournament. As we get closer and closer to, we're now halfway through it. So game 9 will be Tuesday night. Athletics against the Pirates at Forbes Field. Johnson against Cooper. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. I think this game deserved it. Subscribe if you're not done so, and make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys Tuesday night. The Chicago Cubs pull it out of their ass, and they win this game over the Red Sox 5-4. They move on to the second round. Second round action begins Tuesday night. We'll see you then at Forbes Field.